Recall this. You just completed the epic campaign to Call of Duty World at War, and as the final credits roll, you're greeted with a strange cutscene. What in the History Channel? You don't know this at the time, but you're about to embark on a nearly decade-long gaming journey filled with amazing highs and just as amazing lows. You'll make some new friends and probably lose touch with some along the way, all as you unravel a story so intricate and convoluted that you need to watch an hour-long YouTube video to kind of understand what's going on.
The Shadow Man tricks them into performing rituals, which give the Apothecans access to Dimension 63.
I present to you how they got away with Call of Duty Zombies. In 2008, game developer Treyarch found itself in a weird position. You see, to keep Call of Duty releases frequent, publisher Activision had two studios working on separate games every year: Treyarch and Infinity Ward. Infinity Ward had already established itself as the top dog developer at the time. They created Call of Duty and in 2007 revolutionized the FPS genre with Modern Warfare. Meanwhile, Treyarch's debut with the series, Call of Duty 3, was just okay. This is all really bad for Treyarch. If they wanted to keep working with an iconic mega franchise like Call of Duty, their next title needed to make waves. And make waves they did. World at War was awesome. It took Call of Duty back to its roots and didn't sugarcoat the brutality of World War II. Although it's only a video game, the events it portrays are very real, and obviously subject matter like this needs to be handled with care. As most great stories do, this one begins with the flamethrower. You see, when you would use the flamethrower on enemies in the campaign, they would kind of start to go crazy and flail their arms around a lot. Naturally. Someone at Treyarch saw this and thought, zombies. So from this simple animation, a project was born. The team had put aside some geography that would later become the iconic Nocturne Totem, and soon people from each department started making small contributions to this little side project. And yes, this was just supposed to be a side project at the time. There was no real narrative for Nocturne Totem besides some ambiguous writing on the walls, and the only real goal is to survive. Moreover, Treyarch had a massive game publisher to satisfy, so they didn't have a lot of time and resources to devote to this wacky minigame. But Treyarch believed in zombies. Remember, the stakes are very high for Treyarch at this point. World at War's success could literally be what makes or breaks the studio. But this simple gameplay loop of killing zombies and trying to beat your highest round was just too fun to ignore. In fact, it's what got the game mode approved by Activision in the first place. After trying the game mode out, Activision executives who were once suspicious were stoked. Treyarch employees recall email chains of them flaunting their new high scores. At this point, they knew that zombies was special. They came to a deal. Treyarch could put the zombie game mode in the game, but it had to remain a secret for after you complete the campaign. It wouldn't show up in any marketing and strictly began as an Easter egg. Once World at War was released, you can imagine Treyarch employees were eager to hear what the general public thought of their wacky game mode. Basically, they thought that it was weird but awesome, which is valid. Nocturne Totem was an instant sensation, so much so that Treyarch had to add it to the game mode menu, so you no longer had to beat the campaign to play it. A new zombies map, Verrucht, was quickly greenlit for the first expansion pack of World at War, and at this point fans were very excited about zombies. The next two expansion packs also included brand new zombies maps. In fact, zombies became one of the main selling points for the DLCs of World at War, arguably more than the multiplayer maps were. It was far from just some indie game at this point. As new maps came out, they started experimenting with a broader narrative, and also added some wacky new weapons and perk machines that would remain iconic in the series. They really started to find out what zombies was by the end of World at War's life cycle, and the rest, as they say, is history. Zombies is still a major part of Call of Duty to this day. Paired with the fun and addictive gameplay loop was Treyarch's unwavering drive to try new things and be creative. That's what made this game mode so unique in the first place, and what built such a devoted fanbase over so many years. What was once a risk that could have got them fired became one of Treyarch's biggest assets as a developer. People started to buy Treyarch games for the zombies, and if you didn't buy Call of Duty Black Ops for the zombies, you were definitely intrigued when you saw this menu change. Or terrified if you were a kid.